Welcome to Task Arena. It's time for Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship action on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Ty Friend with you, Ron Gunter as well. We have also back at the station Evie Stuber and Jessica Friend on scoreboard tonight as the Hobbs Eagles take on the Cleveland Storm for the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship. And it's a packed house here, Ron. We just saw the Hobbs Lady Eagles winning their championship game as they beat Farmington 85-16. A big-time win for them, 69-point victory, in fact, and run their record at 10-1. So it's a great start to the tournament, or I should say a great finish to the tournament for the Lady Eagles. Right. And the same for the boys now as they're going to face a Cleveland Storm team who's also ranked just like the Hobbs Eagles are.
And I've seen, we watched Cleveland earlier, and they seem to be struggling a little bit on offense and defense. They've been getting the last-minute shots in the fourth quarter that have helped them stretch it out. In fact, they looked pretty weak against RTG yesterday, so we're looking to see if that may happen again. But, of course, Remy is going to be probably the one, Remy Albrecht, who's going to be the one who's going to be pushing the ball both offensively and defensively for the Storm. So we're going to see if we can slow him down as well and get a victory for the Hobbs Eagles, and the first one since 2021 here at the Holiday Tournament.
Of course, last night the Eagles winning in the semis 75-62 over Farmington, and got some good point production from Abraham Pena, 29 points in that contest. He also had 3 trays in the game and was perfect from the charity stripe at 4 for 4. Again, he tends to light it up when it comes to these tournament games. Did so last year and doing so again with this victory last night. After that, it was Peyton Hodge, who's been back for a few games now. He didn't have any games last week, but came back this week at an important time and dumped in 13 points, including 1 tray. Those are the only 2 guys in double digits, but Hobbs getting close to 2 other guys, too. Josiah Clay coming off the bench for 9 points, including a tray, and Jairus Turbiatis getting close to a double-double, 9 points and 9 rebounds. He had a tray as well. Nice to see different guys stepping up to hit those outside shots.
Oh, definitely it is, and, you know, that's one of the things we talked about in the past as well as here in this season. You don't have to rely on one person to be able to get the ball moving and grooving. You know, we've got several people that go out there, make the shots happen, and offensively and defensively, it is working for Hobbs so far. That is why they're on this nice little streak so far.
Yeah, and again, that victory puts them in the championship game. Hobbs, in terms of defense in that contest, we're managing 15 turnovers against Farmington, but Hobbs getting 14. It got a little bit sloppy at different parts of that game.
Yeah, it did. But you know what? In the end, it was one of those things that, you know, we know about the fact that basketball is all about streaks, and it definitely was for both sides, both Hobbs and Farmington. But definitely in the end, it was all about Hobbs being able to get it up in the third and the fourth quarter, being able to get past all those mistakes and all the problems that we're having, and definitely got it in the end for the victory. And in fact, for Cleveland, they have had some good times against Hobbs, and they have got a record of 2-3 against them in the Holiday Tournament, and they've had some championship seasons. In fact, the last one I remember it was against Reeves, Coach Reeves. It was his first season, and he ended up losing to Cleveland. But this time around, looks like it could be a possibility that Hobbs could get the victory on this one. Could be Ross's first one. We talked about that. I talked to Ross earlier too, and he said that he didn't even realize that that it had been all the way back to Gus Gilmore since the last time a first-year coach had won this Hobbs Holiday Tournament.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about the free throw shooting too, Ron. Hobbs was perfect last night, 7 of 7 from the charity stripe, 100%. And in fact, for the tournament, doing very well. They are sitting right now with the numbers of 14 of 17 for 82%. Of course, the first game they had 7 of 10, and that game last night 7 of 7. So 7 free throws in both of those contests, and making a statement that they could, all those points that you get without a hand in your face is important, especially in the game. They won by 13 last night, double digits, right. But Farmington was no slouch.
Exactly. It was a closer game than the score suggests, and you definitely want to make sure that you get every free throw to count. And against this Cleveland squad, you're probably going to have to do that too, because it's going to be tight for the first half of this game. You can guarantee that, because both sides are going to be pressing.
In 2 games so far, Hobbs has 1 guy in double figures average right now, and that is Pena, Abraham Pena, averaging 23 in this tournament, 29 last night and 17 in the first round. So definitely he's a very important factor for the Eagles scoring. He is 6 of 6 from the charity stripe. You don't want to put him on the line if you're an opponent. Also, some other good scoring in terms of averages so far. Jairus Turbiatis, he's averaging 9 points. He had 9 in both games, 3 for 4 on the line for 75%. Parker Henderson's also averaging 9 points. points, 11 in game 1, 7 in game 2, 2 for 3 from the line. Braddock Beatty averaging 8 points in the, 4 points in the 2 games at this point. He's been a starter in the last couple of games. I'm very happy to see Peyton Hodge coming on the court in this week of basketball. 4 points in game 1, 13 points in game 2, 8.5-point average for the Hobbs Eagles. Definitely some help there. And a couple other guys averaging some good numbers. Josiah Clay, 7 points in the 2 games on the average. Hutchings, 5 points. And these are guys that are coming off the bench and giving some very important minutes to Hobbs, not just on the offensive side, but defense with our trap pressure.
Exactly, and Henderson is finding his groove. I mean, he's still missing a few of his shots, but he's getting those rebounds and making them count and getting back the ball for Hobbs.
Eagles have outshot from the 3-point line on their 2 opponents so far. 13 trays for Hobbs, 7 for the 2 teams that have played. They've out-rebounded those 2 squads 62-46, so a 16 rebound differential so far. And again, we were starting to see some good numbers in that first game. Hobbs only had 5 turnovers compared to 22 against Las Cruces High in the first game. Last night got a little bit ugly at some points with those 14 turnovers, but they got to clean it up against this Cleveland team for sure.
Exactly, they do. And Cleveland is sneaky about being able to steal the ball and be able to get fast break points as well. So don't want to sleep on them. They've been, like I said, they have not been the Cleveland of the past, but they still managed to get the victories, even if it's lower scoring than we're used to.
Remy Albrecht, of course, he's a junior. He's been at the tournament a few times before. He even came on the court as an 8th grader and kind of got a liking by some of the fans here. Really a tough kid getting around the court. He has got an average of 29 points in the 2 games here at the tournament. They opened up against Wichita Falls Legacy, beat them in the first round 57-46. In that game, he had 32 points. And in their win against Artesia yesterday, he had 26 points. He's also 11 of 14 from the charity stripe, only missed 3 free throws. So you got to keep an eye on him. He's not a very tall kid. He's a point guard type, but he's going to continue to go like the Energizer Rabbit. We're going to have to probably have more than one guy pick him up at times.
And the thing is this, he's always near the ball. It seems like at certain times that he puts the team on his back and just carries them through the whole thing and gets them back into the game. But he's definitely speedy, fast, and he knows how to shoot that ball.
Another guy that's averaging double figures in this tournament is Bryson Bowie. 20 points in the game against Wichita Falls, 8 against Artesia, so kind of a drop-off there, but he's averaging 14 points on the combination there of those 2 ball games. Other than that, you got to really look, try to find anybody else that's really even close to double figures. You're just not getting it. In fact, they only had 4 scorers in their first game against Wichita Falls, and that was mostly because Remy Albrecht dumped in 32 of the Cleveland 57 points in that game, and of course Bowie had 20 in that first game, so there wasn't a lot of room for any scoring in their final numbers there. And so a lot of guys got points in their second game against Artesia that did not score in their first game against Wichita Falls.
Exactly, and like I said, back and forth between, it was very close actually between Artesia. Artesia almost had a chance of being able to get that victory, but a couple of last-second shots, and the Storm were able to storm back, so to speak, and be able to get past the Bulldogs to be able to get into this game.
One big differential that Cleveland saw with the opponents that they played, they had 16 trays and only gave up 5 total between the 2 teams, Wichita Falls and Artesia.
Exactly, and once again, they are very sneaky good, and they haven't been as big, strong as far as defense and offense this year, it seems like, but they can still do it. And that's the reason why they're out here right now playing the championship game against the Hobbs Eagles.
Yeah, that game yesterday, Cleveland defeated Artesia 58-55. Cleveland was up, or actually down at halftime, 33-32. They did outscore Artesia in the second half, 26-22 to get the 3-point win. Again, not a lot of big-time production in terms of scoring for Cleveland on that one. Some low numbers, but still, they got the win and had 8 trays in that game. Albrecht had 3, Bowie had 2, Brackett and Cole and Lopez also got a 1 3-pointer apiece. So 5 different players able to stroke it from the outside and a very close contest. Of course, Artesia won the third place game earlier tonight in that contest, so they did get something out of this tournament. Of course, Hobbs beat them in the championship of the City of Champions Classic. We're going to take a 90-second break, getting ready for the national anthem. The Hobbs Eagles and the Cleveland Storm for the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship coming up next here on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. The national anthem just wrapped up here at Task Arena, the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship for the boys as they take on the Cleveland Storm. The Hobbs Eagles definitely would like to put this as another feather into their cap. They won the City of Champions Classic there in Artesia against the Artesia Bulldogs, so that was an exciting game. And now it's a chance to beat a team from Rio Rancho. Cleveland Storm 8-1 on the season. Hobbs Eagles at 9-1. Of course, the Eagles have 40 Hobbs Tournament championships here. That's definitely something that you could have the experience factor. But Cleveland's had some success and has been to the tournament several times in the past, Ron.
Yeah, they lost last year to Farmington in the championship. And before that, though, lost to Hobbs in the championship as well. So they lost the last two they've been in. Hobbs was 2021, but before that, 2019 was the last time they were champions, and they did beat Hobbs 74-65, unfortunately.
Now, last year, Hobbs did play Cleveland in just a regular season game, and Cleveland won that one 92-78. Pretty close game in the first half. It was 37-32 in favor of Cleveland. Hobbs outscored Cleveland 27-23 in the third, but a big, big turnaround for Cleveland in the fourth quarter. They got 13 more points than Hobbs did, 32-19, thus the double-digit victory. So that was not the best game for the Eagles. They did get 26 points from Abraham Pena in that game. Of course, Braylon Begg, who now plays for Artesia, he had 15, so definitely was helping the cause out. Malachi David, who's been injured this season, didn't play. He had 11. Jairus Turbiatas got some action in that contest with 8 points. Parker Henderson dumped in 8 as well. Lyric Soria had 3. Josiah Clay 2. Javen Hernandez had 2 as well. So a lot of guys stepped up in that game that are on this roster this year.
Right.
And Eagles did pretty decent on the free throw line in that contest, 10 of 12 for that game. In terms of Remy Albrecht, he had 20 points. Of course, he was just a sophomore last year. Noah Padilla, who graduated, finished with 22. A.J. Manning was on the roster last year. He had 4 points in that game as well. They were pretty good at the free throw line as well, too, for Cleveland. 19 of 21 from the charity stripe. Very close battle in the three-point shooting game, too. Cleveland had 9 trays. Hobbs had 8. And the Eagles actually out-rebounded Cleveland 35-24 by 11. And a big time on the glass in that game for Turbiatas Jairus. He had 11 rebounds. Henderson ended up with 7, too. Good to see that for Hobbs' cause, but still losing by 14 to the Cleveland Storm in that one.
Exactly, and 4-5 is what the series is right now, but 2-3 at Hobbs Holiday Tournament. Hobbs would love to get the victory on this one, go back to 2021, get another championship, and also be able to get it to 3-3 against the Cleveland Storm. And I talked to Ronald Ross earlier, as I said, and we talked about the fact of his championships in 1998, 1999, and 2000. Well, 1998, they did get it against Santa Fe, the Demons, 80-74. But 1999, he said he actually cried, even though he was part of the All-Star Tournament team, because the team lost to Canyon Randall, Texas, 65-63. It was a very close loss for the Hobbs Eagles, and he said he bawled his eyes out. So the next year, it was a redemption. They won against Canyon Randall 91-63 in the Hobbs Holiday Tournament 2000, and just was very happy about that. But he was, of course, he always has memories about stuff like that when it comes to the Hobbs Holiday Tournament.
Yeah, he gave a speech this morning at the breakfast. They had all the teams there and the coaches, and was very vehement about this being an exciting part of his life. Hobbs Eagles will start Braddock Beatty, Parker Henderson, Amari Magehe, Abraham Pena, and Jairus Turbiatas. And for the Storm, Titus Sutton, Remy Albrecht, A.J. Vigil, Branson Cole, and Salmon Kegler. Again, 8-1 Storm, 9-1 Hobbs Eagles. Coach Ronald Ross going up against Zach Cole. Cole said that he only had one player returning with experience last year, Remy Albrecht. He had a couple guys on the bench, but they never got in, so he has definitely got some experience factors to deal with in the sixth man here at Tasker Arena. The man that jumped for Cleveland will be Salmon Kegler. They made a complete change of their numbers before they got the book turned in tonight, by the way, just to put that out there.
Yeah.
Salmon Kegler is 6'3", of course. Parker Henderson at 7 foot. So we're ready to go. Hobbs wearing the white uniforms, gold numbers, and black trim. And it's the black and turquoise look here for the visiting team, Cleveland. Tip in the backcourt for Henderson. Going to be Braddock Beatty to chase it down. Had Remy Albrecht right on his butt that time. And here we go. The Eagles have the basketball. Beatty in the front court. Over the right side to Magehe. Throws up a 10-footer off the rim. No good. And rebound pulled down for Cleveland. That was Titus Salmon with his first board. He's going to drive to the free throw line after getting a pass. Throws up a shot at the front of the rim. No good. Pulled down by Jairus Turbiatas on the left block. His first rebound. Gives it off to Braddock Beatty, who's been doing the point guard chores as a starter the last couple of games. Comes into the front court with the handoff to Magehe. Dribbles around the left wing. Bounce pass back door to Pena on the left base. Had to save it back to McGay. He was throwing a little bit ahead of him. And returns it up top to Beatty. Slides to the left, fires up a three, and swishes it through. Braddock Beatty gets the Hobbs Eagles cheering loud here at Tasker lead early, 3-0. Here comes Titus Sutton now with the basketball, taking on Turbiatis in the front court. Hands it off to Albrecht, guarded by Peñas, right out near the time stripe. Gets a screen, goes around the right side circle, backs it out, goes back with the dribble, and dumps it out over to the right wing to Sutton. Sutton tries to pivot, and they're going to call a hack foul. Turbiatis was stepping over there, McGahey as well. See which one of them got the hack foul there. It was one of them for sure.
Turbiatis.
Yep, Turbiatis. Don't want to start getting a foul situation here. That's the first on the Eagles as well. Inbounding on the far right sideline is Branson Cole. Send it back to the backcourt to Albrecht. Takes on Payne, who's going to stay with him at the timeline. Screen coming now from that big center player, Kegler. Bounce pass to the right corner, and they kick it up top to fadeaway jumper from A.J. Vigil off the right rim, no good. Pulled down for the Eagles. That is Amari McGahey. Gay will hand it off in the backcourt to Pena near the timeline as he's guarded up by Branson Cole. Slows it down as he comes across the stripe. Was trying to get a screen from Henderson, who backed away. Gets a pass to Henderson, top of the circle. He pivots towards the hoop and gives it off to Turbiatis right next to him. Over to left wing to Pena, fakes an NBA three. Screen coming from Henderson, double team against him, and he backs out of it, does Pena. Slings it up top to McGahey, cross and remove down the lane. Up top to Turbiatis, hippity hop move, reverse layup right side, hits the front of the rim, no good. Tip back up by Henderson with two hands, and gets it off the glass for two to count. His first bucket and rebound is Parker Henderson, 5-0, Hobbs up early. Here comes Remy Albrecht now with the basketball. Dribbling behind his back. Gets a screen up top from Kegler. Fires a three. In and out. No good. Crash forward. Braddock Beatty goes to the floor. They call the travel. Looked like he got knocked down, but he just lost his footing there. Gets a rebound, but a travel for a turnover. Not much he could do about that. Just feet came up underneath of him.
Yeah, exactly. He had possession for a moment, but of course when he hit the ground, it was a different thing.
Elbrick gets the inbound left corner, fires up a three, an air ball. Don't see that very often. Braddock Beatty with his second rebound. Throws it across the timeline to Pena. Stop and go dribble. He's going to slow it up a little bit against Cole. Screen up top from Turbiatis. Dribbles behind his back. Gets hit in the face. No call. A steal taken by Cole. Sends it up to Albrecht. And there's a goaltend. Turbiatis tries to knock it off the rim. They're going to call that one. But the turnover for the Eagles. And that will be a 5-2 ball game as Albrecht lays it in.
Looked like he timed it right, but unfortunately it was starting to go down, and it didn't look like it was actually going to make it in, but either way, goaltending is going to be the call, and Albrecht is going to get the advantage for that one, so he gets 2 points.
2 turnovers for the Eagles, but a 5-2 lead here. 5:28 left in the first. I'm not sure what all the delay is. It looks like, Pena's going to the baseline. He's off the court. He got hit in the face on that steal. And coming in for him now is Peyton Hodge. He's in the front court, top of the arc. It's a 2-3 extended zone. Maybe a 1-2-2 change up here. Tries to come down the lane, lost the ball. Not sure where he was going to go with it that time. His teammates all went outside the perimeter, and he was going down the lane and thought somebody's going to post up, and ball just sails forward, but knocked off by Cleveland. McGahey goes back door on the inbound, reverse layup, high off the ground goes Turbiatis, sky high off the glass. He's got his first bucket. It's now 7-2, Eagles by 5 again. In the backcourt with the basketball is Vigil. He'll come up against McGahey. One hands it across the timeline on the pass to Medueno. Jagger Medueno, who just checked in, over to the left wing to Vigil. Vigil with the stop and go. Hands it off to Albrecht at the timeline. He's guarded closely by Hodge. Hodge uses the hand to shove off on the hip that time. They're going to call the foul instead on the guard for Cleveland, Remy Albrecht. I thought it was going to go against no, they do give it to Turbiatis. Or wait a second.
No, they didn't.
Referee is kind of moving them back and forth here, and yeah, that's going to be
Peyton Hodge.
Oh, Peyton Hodge gets the foul, but boy, 2 different guys went out of bounds on that one. Now they're going to talk to the table because they're confused as well. It looks like the Zach Cole, actually assistant for Cleveland, is talking to the official at the scores table. Looks like they got a hurt player that's leaving the court right now with his face in the towel.
He is, yeah.
I think that's Titus Sutton is leaving. I didn't see the actual injury there. They do call that on Peyton Hodge previous to that play. So Peyton will pick up his first personal. Second team foul. They try to get it down low. Turbiatis gets a swat at it and rips it down as he'll bring it across the timeline with a pass to his teammate. That's Josiah Clay. Handoff on the left side to Beatty. Gives it back to Hodge, top of the arc. Bounce pass down the lane is behind Clay, and it's taken away. Albrecht gets a steal. That's third turnover for the Eagles. Throws it ahead to the left corner, trying to save it and spin. It's Bryson Bowie, and he'll send it up top to reset to Vigil. Hand off to Albrecht, backs it out behind the timeline, or the three-point line right wing. Spin move, tries to throw up a shot, a force. The ball is loose up in the air and pulled down for the Eagles. It was blocked, actually. Josiah Clay comes down with the rebound. He'll throw it across the timeline to Hodge. Hodge in the front court, fires a three on the left side wide open, misses out the back of the rim. Albrecht gets a rebound and sends it ahead, breaking layup and a push in the glass for two for Bryson Bowie. He's got his first bucket. 7-4 the score. Hobbs still by 3. Hodge with the basketball. Comes across the timeline, guarded by Bowie. Gives it off up top of the arc to Clay. Over to Beatty on the left wing. Beatty dribbles to the right side circle. Stop and go. Tries to go through 2 defenders. Ball picked off at the free throw line. Turnover number 4. Sent ahead to Albrecht, and he lays it in for 2. Steal on the play that time from Evan Vigil. So that the Eagles with their 5th turnover. 7-6 the score, a 1-point game. Stop and go dribble now for Clay. He's going to stop and fire up a 3 when he put the brakes on at the front of the rim, though. Rebound, Hodge double clutch on the left glass. Gets his rebound, goes back up, and stays in the cylinder the second time. Count the bucket for Peyton Hodge, and 2 rebounds. A steal on the inbound. Turbiotis lays it in on the right glass. Little scoop shot. He's got 4 points. First turnover for Cleveland. It's 11-6, matching the biggest lead of the first quarter. In the backcourt, Vigil throws a hard one over the far sideline, and coming across is Albrecht. Down the middle of the court and the lane, left side, falls to the floor, ball loose, picked up by Cleveland's Bryson Bowie, throws up a 3 off the right rim, loose at the top of the three-point line, ball gets knocked around a couple of players. They're going to say it went off Hodge. He dives on the floor, slides on his stomach and chest, as he was going on the floor with Bryson Bowie, and both of those guys got some floor burns after that one in front of the Taskovich band on the near sideline.
Man, either way, though, no slowing down on either side, so and it's going to be intense. We knew it was going to be, and it is living up to the hype.
11-6, Eagles by 5. In the game now for the Eagles, Lyric Soria. Bad inbound all the way back to the baseline, having to save it to himself was Bowie. Bowie's going to go one-on-one with a new sub in for the Eagles, Trey Hutchings, a sophomore. Stop and go dribble. New guy in the game for Cleveland as well, Jordan Mora. Pass to the left wing to Albrecht. He's going to drive hard down the lane against Hutchings, trying to go with a double clutch over the front of the rim, but they call the foul on the drive from behind. A hold foul there for Trey Hutchings, his first, 3rd team foul. So lots of electric action on the court, 11-6 ball game. Inbound to the left corner, throws behind Bowie. I think we got a push off on the backside now. They call the foul on Cleveland. That's going to be charged to Tyrell Lopez. That'll be his first, and the first team foul against the Storm. 3-1 foul count right now. Hobbs with 2 more than Cleveland. Again, Cleveland winning the game last year between these two teams, the regular season, by double digits. Bringing the ball up will be Peyton Hodge as he comes across the timeline. Slows it up a little bit against Lopez. Slides right with the dribble. Waiting for a screen from Turbiotis. Stop and go. Down the left side of the lane. High arching shot from the left block off the rim. No good. Rebound pulled down by Cleveland. That was taken by Lopez. The Eagles get a steal in the paint in the backcourt. Laid up and in over the front of the rim by Clay. That's the second turnover. First bucket for Clay. 13-6. The biggest lead now is 7 for Hobbs. Breaking the pressure with weaving through traffic is Brackett. Brackett in the front court. Throws it up top. A 3 blocked as Bowie gets swatted by Turbiotis. Throws it up court and a layup on the scoop on the right side for Peyton Hodge. He's got 4 points. It's now 15-6. The biggest lead is 9 in the first quarter. Hard to keep up with the action. Ball down the far right sideline to Bowie in the front court. Gets stripped. A steal by the Eagles. Trey Hutchings, 3rd turnover for Cleveland. And now a whistle on the court. See what's going to happen here. They call a reach foul, I believe, on Cleveland. A bunch of subs are going to be coming in for Coach Cole and Cleveland. I didn't see the signal here. I think they called that against Hobbs. Was that a foul or a turnover there? I didn't see the signal. It's going to be a turnover regardless for Hobbs, even though I'm not sure if it was a foul or maybe a travel call that time. Didn't see the signal from the official. It will be Cleveland basketball in their front court on the right wing. It's Albrecht getting a screen from Kegler. Drives the right baseline, gets stripped from behind, and Turbiotis kind of put the saddle on his shoulders that time and pulled him backwards. Easy call. That's his second personal. Not very good there for Hobbs, but that 4th team foul, 1 away from the double bonus.
Well, either way, it's 8-0 run for Hobbs right now, and that's the reason why they've got this huge lead so far in the first.
Not sure what the turnover was all about. I don't see a foul on the board for that one. The inbound to Albrecht with a fadeaway J in the right corner for 3. It comes off the back of the rim, sails out of bounds on the left baseline. Hobbs will get it back, up by 9. Abraham Pena returns. He hit the floor pretty hard earlier in this first quarter. He's back on the court.
That's good news because he was looked at in the back.
Sorio inbound, near right sideline. Gets it in to Clay. Throws it to the time stripe. To Hodge on the right wing. Stop and go. He uses up his dribble. Returns it back to the time stripe to Clay. Back deep to the middle. Logo. Coming up and getting it is Soria. Gets a screen from Turbiatis. Double team against him. Stop and go. Spins in the left elbow. He's going to lean and shoot with a scoop shot off the back of the rim. No good. And it's pulled down hard. Throwing the elbows around Selman Kegler. His first board. Outlets to the far side to Albrecht. He's going to take on Hodge one-on-one up the far right. Runs into another defender. That's Soria. Got knocked backwards. No call. Then they bail out with the travel. Boy, he ran completely full speed into Soria, who was the second man. A big gap behind the first defender. No call there. Couldn't have been incidental contact. They called the travel a little bit after that. Boy, there should have been a foul on that one, but Cleveland with their 4th turnover.
Yeah, I'm going to not say that Albright is getting away with a few things, but so far it looked like he had been.
Inbound to Pena in the deep right corner. 40 seconds left in the quarter. First quarter, 15-6 Eagles. Pena dribbling between his legs as he is guarded by Mora. Comes across the timeline. Correction, that's Cole. Over to left wing to Clay. Clay's getting some double team pressure. Backs out to the timeline. Getting a screen from Turbiatis around the right circle. Crossover move to the right baseline. Double team again. And knocking the ball out of bounds from behind A.J. Vigil. I'm not sure they're going to call the foul on Vigil or not. It looked like he got a good swipe at the basketball. That was a quick signal by the official, and you got a chance to see what was going on there. They called the foul against Kegler for some reason. He wasn't even in the action that time. His second, that'll be the second team foul. The inbound up top to Pena, 3 off the back of the rim. Rebound on the right baseline by Soria. He gives it off to Hodge on the right wing. Tries to dribble behind his back, gets stripped, and taken the other way for Vigil. His lefty layup is rejected by Turbiatis, who swats it to the baseline. The Hobbs Eagle fans erupt. Loving that defense.
Yeah, he used his body on that one, threw himself forward, hit the ground, hit the floor, and bounced right back up again.
Eagles trying to do a little bit too much on the offensive side, though. Dribbling behind the back, getting his steal, so they better be careful with that. 7 turnovers so far. Albert gets the inbound to the left wing with 2 seconds, drives the lane. High-arching layup at the buzzer. Hits off the back and the front of the rim, no good. So the Hobbs Eagles holding on to a 9-point lead at the end of one over Cleveland. The championship of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament comes back in 60 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network. The Hobbs Eagles had 5 scorers in the first quarter, leading Cleveland 15-6. Led by a pair of 4s for Peyton Hodge and Jairus Turbiatis. A 3-point shot for Beatty for 3. And Parker Henderson and Josiah Clay each adding a basket for 2. Leading score for Cleveland, 4 for Cole and 2 for Vigil. Hobbs with 7 turnovers, 4 for Cleveland. And Eagles out-rebounding Cleveland 7-5. Storm basketball to start this second quarter of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Ball comes across to the right wing on the pass and returned up top to reset to Bowie. Bowie bounce pass to the free throw line to Kegler, pivots, kicks out to the right wing to Cole. Cole back deep on the right side to Vigil, drives the corner, kicks it back to Cole. 3 on the way off the back of the rim, no good. Jairus Turbiatis rips it down on the boards on the right block, his second rebound. Gives it off to McGahey. The guard will bring it across the timeline. Just underway here in the second quarter. Dribbles right, hands off to Beatty, up top of the arc now. Gives to Pena, who comes and gets it. Comes around the right circle. And we got a screen foul. Looked like Parker Henderson trying to come over to get a screen for Pena and bangs into a Storm player. That's going to be a foul on Parker, his first team foul in the second quarter. 9-point Eagle lead, 15-6. Albrecht gets the inbound, going to take his time against Pena on the dribble. Crossover move, throws it across the timeline to Bowie. Top of the circle with a lefty dribble to the left wing. It's taken away from behind. Getting a hand on it was Beatty to rip it away. That's a 5th turnover for Cleveland. Gets it off to Pena in the front court, front of the scores table far left. He'll slow it down with a big gap with Albrecht guarding him. Gets a screen from Turbiatis. Double team now. Pena in the left corner. Fade away. 18-footer. Nothing but net. Swishes it through. Des Pena. And that's his first bucket of the ball game. 17-6. Eagles have their biggest lead of 11. Into the front court. Albrecht going to fire a 3 from the right side and swishes it. Kind of a hesitation there. Thought he's going to get blocked from behind by Pena, but still let it sail. And he throws it through. He's got 7. That's the first tray of the game for Cleveland. 17-9, an 8-point ball game. Hobbs up here in the second quarter. In the front court comes Pena, unloads to Beatty, but a nice job by Albrecht getting in the passing lane. Almost a pick 6 there. If we were playing some football, he was off to the races, but just couldn't get a grip on it. Sails out to the near sideline.
Once again, he is everywhere. Offense, defense, you got to watch him.
Inbound to Pena at the timeline, almost lost that inbound. Stop and go dribble on the left wing now as he's picked up by V-Hill. Fires up a 3 NBA style as the defender backed off. Long rebound off the rim, far right side, pulled down by Bowie, his first. Throws it up top to Albrecht. NBA 3, in and out, no good. Underneath the hoop is McGahey for the Eagles, his second board. Stop and go on the near sideline. Crossover move as he beats Cole across the time stripe. Puts on the brakes, left elbow. Tries to thread it down the lane to Braddock Beatty. Going on the floor to take it away is Bowie. That is the 8th Eagle turnover. Bowie sliding on the hardwood that time. There's a whistle. Did they get a timeout, or what was the call there? Don't see any signal.
Checking in for the Storm, number 11.
Still don't see what the call was. They're giving it to, I guess they're calling the travel on that. That's going to be the 6th Cleveland turnover, giving it to the Eagles near the scores table. And now Coach Ross wants a timeout to talk some offensive strategy. 5:56 left, second quarter. Hobbs 17, Storm from Cleveland 9. The championship of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament continues in 30 seconds on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page.
Welcome back to 65th annual action for the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. Hobbs up 17-9 over the Cleveland Storm. 5:56 to go in the second quarter, and here is Ty Friend.
Hobbs Eagles ranked second in the Max Preps poll this week, and Cleveland at number 7, playing for the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship. Hobbs basketball after a timeout in the front court. Pena will bounce it off to Braddock Beatty on the left wing. He's got some tough pressure out there by Cole. Tries to drive down the lane, lost the basketball, taken away by Albrecht. He goes to the rack on the right side, double clutch, no good. That was the Eagles' night turnover. Pulled down to the left wing, though, as getting a hold of it was A.J. V-Hill. Flips it over to Albrecht on the right side of the arc. Back at the timeline now off the dribble, guarded by Beatty. Screen from Kegler, uses it to the right elbow. Shot from Albrecht, the fadeaway, bounce around the rim and good. Albrecht now with 9 points. He leads the Storm. 17-11 though, Hobbs up by 6, 5:14 left first half. In the front court is Pena. He comes left with the dribble, hands it off to McGahey. Top of the circle off the dribble himself, and then hands it off to Beatty. Beatty flicks it over to Pena left wing, up top of the arc. His pass deflected, trying to get it to Henderson in the lane. Knocked away by Kegler, turnover number 10. Down the lane to Albrecht with a floater and puts it over the front of the rim for 2. He's got 7 points in the second quarter, 11 overall, leading both teams in scoring. 17-13, still Hobbs by 4, 4:45 left second quarter. Pena in the front court, waiting for a screen from Henderson on the near right side. Double team against him, fires up a 3 as he slides left with the dribble, comes hard off the back of the rim. As the ball came off and a rebound, there was a whistle. Come down with it is Lopez. Now, what's the call there? We've been seeing a lot of stoppages of action, and I'm not sure what the call was on that.
Well, we had 3 substitutions come in for Hobbs.
I mean, the whistle came, and then all of a sudden people came into the game, and I thought there might have been a violation there, but not quite sure. Albrecht with the basketball. as he'll bring it across the timeline. Bounce pass to the right wing, unloads to Kegler, gets it up top. Spinning with it is Lopez, drives the lane with a little windmill layup with his back to the basket. Had two defenders crashing over him for Hobbs. They gave him the first step that time, went to the rack hard on the right side of the paint. That's going to be a foul against the Eagles as they charge that one to Josiah Clay, his first. And that'll be the second team foul here in the second quarter. So there'll be some free throw opportunities. Taking a deep breath now before the first free throw. It's up and a swish. As putting it through the hole for Cleveland, Tyrell Lopez. Lopez came into this game 0 for 2. Did not score any in the first game, but did get 0 for 2 free throw against Artesia. Had 9 points in that game, though. Second shot is up, and it is good. Got them both in Lopez. First free throw attempts in the game, by the way, 2 for 2. Cleveland came into the game shooting 65%, 13 of 20 in the tournament. Going the distance, Peyton Hodge goes to the rack, full speed ahead. Lays it off the right glass, putting it through. Hodge with 6 points. 19-15, Hobbs by 4. Hobbs going to back up now to half-court D as Albrecht will bring it across the timeline with 4 minutes remaining. Doesn't use his screen from Kegler. Top of the arc, stripped from behind by Hodge. He's going to go to the rack the other way with the reverse layup right, misses it. Pulled down in the middle of the paint. Hutchings tried to get it. He gets bodied up. So Hodge getting the steal. That was the 7th turnover for Cleveland. On the pickpocket from behind, and Coach Cole is stomping the baseline right now. Wants to talk to the official as they got the foul against Cleveland. Let's see who they charge that against. Looks like Lopez has picked up his second. Will be the second team foul against Cleveland. Hobbs basketball on the right baseline. Inbounding will be Lyric Soria back deep to Turbiatis at the timeline. Dribbles left, gives it back to Soria outside the perimeter. Stop and go dribble, double team against him, returns to Turbiatis. Back deep to Hodge at the time stripe. Gives back to Turbiatis, left wing. Jab step, put a little head fake on it. Hands up top to Hutchings. Sends it down to the right corner. 3 on the way for Clay, in and out, no good. Pulled down underneath the hoop for Cleveland by Kegler, his third board. Gives it off to his guard, Bowie. Stop and go, spin move, almost got it stripped by Clay. Drives to the free throw line, kick out left wing, 3 on the way for Vigil off the front of the rim, no good. Chased down on the right wing by Bowie. His 3 shot is short of the mark as well from the right side. And here come the Hobbs Eagles with a transition rebound for Trey Hutchings. Stop and go, comes down the right lane on 3 defenders, gets hit in the head. He was crashed down on hard by Evan Vigil. Also coming in with Salmon Kegler. He was a little late, so I think they're going to get this one on Vigil. That's his first personal and the third team foul against the Storm. That'll send the Eagles to the line, Trey Hutchings. Hobbs shooting in the free throw category in this tournament, 14 of 17 for 82%. First shot is up and a swish. As putting it through the hole, Trey Hutchings getting his first point of the ball game. Hutchings had not shot a free throw in the 2 games prior to this here at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. He's averaged 5 points a game, had 8 in the opening round and 2 last night.
Cleveland so far outscoring Hobbs in this second quarter, 9-5.
Both free throws made, the first 2 free throw attempts of this first half. It's now 21-15, 2 points for Hutchings. Hobbs by 6. In the backcourt with the basketball for Cleveland is Cole. He gives it off to Albrecht. He'll go one-on-one against the defense at half court of Clay. Down the lane, gets banged into by Javen Hernandez, coming up with the backside help. Kind of chested him up that time. Ball sails off the rim from the shot from Albrecht. But Javen Hernandez is going to pick up the foul. Third on the Eagles. And a chance for Albrecht to shoot 2 free throws. Albrecht has not shot a throw yet. Does have 11 points. And in the tournament, he's 11 of 14 for 78%. First shot is up, in and out, no good for Albrecht.
Just like yesterday, he was against Artesia. He seemed to miss the first one, but after that, he seemed to not miss any of those free throws after that. In fact, he had a technical with 3 and made all 3 of them with ease.
Yeah, he went 9 of 12 against Artesia for 75%. Perfect in the first game, 2 for 2 at the tournament. Second shot, little fade look, swish it for Albrecht. He's got 12 to lead both teams. 21-16, Hobbs by 5 with 2:50 left second quarter. In the front court, Payton slides it down to Hernandez left corner. Threads the needle on the left block to Clay. Lays it up with the left hand and scores off the glass. He's got 4. Nice ball work for the Eagles on the offensive half court, 23-16. Eagles by 7. Their biggest lead has been 11 here in the first half. Handoff at the timeline, given to Bowie. Sends it over to the left wing, front court to Vigil. Evan Vigil flips it up top to Albrecht. drives the left elbow, tries a double clutch coming down the lane, leans into the defense. Had a couple of guys on him that time. Boy, he is shifty out there. Lyric Soria was in the area, Peyton Hodge as well. They call that on Hodge, and that'll be his second personal, 14 foul, and he'll send Albrecht to the stripe to shoot 2. Albrecht is 1 for 2 with just there seconds ago. First shot is up, and it's good. He swishes it. Made his last 2 free throws. He's got 9 of his 13 points here in the second quarter, but he'll get 1 more free throw now. A 6-point Eagle lead. Second shot for Albrecht is up, and it's good. Kind of fading on the last couple of shots. He's made 3 in a row now, has 14. 23-18 your score. Peyton Hodge gets stripped to the timeline by Albrecht. Reverse layup on the right side. Couldn't get it to drop. That was a 11 turnover. Rebound for Pena. Dribbles into the front court. Lost it behind his back. And it was a steal. That's coming across the timeline now. It's Cole. So that's 12 turnovers for the Eagles. Pass to the left wing. 3 on the way off the back of the rim for Bowie. Rebound underneath by Kegler, his 4th board, kicks it out left wing again. A 3 on the way, wide open to take it in. Branson Cole. That's the second tray of the game for Cleveland. Now down by 2 to the Eagles, 23-21. In the front court, driving into traffic and getting stopped for a minute is Hodge. Throws it back to the timeline to Clay. He drives the lane, tries a scoop shot from the right side of the paint. It gets blocked out of bounds. It'll be knocked out by Cleveland. They had 2 guys trying to swat at the ball that time. That was Albrecht and Mora. And I think the problem right now, Ron, is we got guys doing too much fancy stuff, dribbling behind the back in traffic, and that's caused a couple of steals for Cleveland.
Yeah, you might have some fun with this, but you can't have too much fun against Cleveland.
Inbound to Payne on the right wing, fakes a 3, but coming out the big man, Kegler, with 1:30 left. Stop and go, dribbling through his legs. Payne on the right wing, keeps sliding with the dribble through 2 defenders. Hippity hop to the rack, and they call the squeeze foul. Either Albrecht or Bowie are going to get this one. Albrecht's going to go talk to the official, kind of breathing heavy too. Hard to hang on to these Hobbs Eagles and transition to the hoop. They're going to call that against Bowie, his first. And that's going to be the 3rd team foul. The inbound to Pena with the windmill layup on the right side. Misses everything. Bowie gets a rebound, his 3rd. Sends it ahead to an open guard. A 3-shot for Cameron Cole and nails it from the right side perimeter. That's the 3rd tray of the game. First tray, though, for Cole. 24-23. Storm has their first lead. Coming down the lane with the windmill layup is Peyton Hodge. He misses it off the front of the rim. Albrecht gets a rebound, but gets stripped by Hodge on the turnover and then fouls. He tries to take it back to the rack. 8 turnovers for Cleveland. Remy Albrecht will pick up his first personal, 14 foul. Eagles went away from the double bonus. I'm trying to catch my tongue here as we're going back and forth in this big-time track meet. Inbound to Hodge on the right wing. Fakes a 3, drives baseline, backs it out, fade away, 18-footer. Nothing but net over the outstretched hand of Bryson Bowie. Big hit for Hodge. He's got 8. 25-24 Eagles by 1 with 45 left in the second quarter. In the front court to slow it down is Cole. Gives it back to Albrecht on the Eagle logo. Guarded by Hodge. He drives to the rack and goes hard with a righty layup and scores. You can't give him the first step. Albrecht now with 16. At the other end, a long ball down to Turbiatis on the right baseline. He gets run over, steamrolled by a Cleveland Storm defender. And that should be the 5th foul to be a double bonus for the Eagles. As they're going to call that to the big kid, Kegler. That's his 2nd personal and the 15th foul. So Hobbs will get to go to the line. Turbiatis get a chance to shoot some free throws here. For the tournament, he is 3 for 4 for 75%. He's averaging 9 points a game. He's had 9 in both contests. Las Cruces high, and of course last night against Farmington. Definitely could use these free throws to take a lead here. Hobbs trailing by 1, 26-25 with 30 seconds left, second quarter of this Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship matchup. Turbiatis takes 3 bounces. The shot is up, and it's a swish. He's got 5. Once again, Ron, perfect free throw shooting tonight for Hobbs. 3 for 3. Last night we're 7 for 7.
Yeah, we talked about that, and we know that the points are going to be premium, and they definitely need to make these shots.
One more shot for Turbiatis, and swishes both of them. He's got 6 points. 27-26, Eagles by 1. Inbound to the far right sideline. Coming across, or Bowie tried to come across and throws it back. They have to chase it down. They get it back to Bowie in the front court. Jumps in the air, unloads to the left wing to Cole. Cole's going to fire a 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Kegler gets a nice swat at it for the rebound. Throws it off to the right wing. A 3 is on the way, but an air ball by Cole. Kegler has 5 rebounds, and the Eagles get the board after that missed shot. Coming across the timeline is Clay with 3 seconds. Top of the arc, kicks left, Hodge for 3 at the buzzer, and off the back of the rim. No good for Hodge. Wow, we have got a major battle going on here for the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship. The Eagles leading the Storm 27-26. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break. We've got Coach Joey Carpenter, the champion of the tournament for the girls, here just a few minutes back. We'll have an interview with him in just 1 minute. Arena, the Hobbs boys leading in the tournament championship, Hobbs Holiday Tournament 65th annual, 27-26. Boy, talk about back and forth we're going here. It feels like track season. Hobbs was up 15-6 in the first quarter, and they were outscored 20-12 in the second for a 1-point lead. But boy, this thing could go any way. I think free throw is going to be a very much important part of this game, no matter who wins this one. We got Coach Joey Carpenter in, of course, the Hobbs Lady Eagles picking up a big victory tonight, their 5th tournament championship. They had a few before that, but tonight was a major blowout, Coach, 85-16, and your Hobbs Lady Eagles getting a 69-point win here over Farmington, a ranked team in the state, just behind you a couple of spots, and you guys get the win there.
Yes, Ty. I'll be honest with you. You know, this Farmington team that we're talking about is 10-1. They've won 2 tournaments this year. They're ranked 3rd in the state. Maybe we caught them at a good time. Maybe we just are starting to gel and play a lot better. I like to think we're playing a lot better as a team, and we're running out kids in numbers, you know, and I think it's just wearing teams down.
Yeah, I noticed we were talking about that in the pregame show before your game tonight, that I've seen them a couple times this week, and they have a great starting 5, but when the bench comes in, that's where your experience with your kids playing playoff games and state tournaments have really come to the cream of the crop there.
Yeah, we're getting it from our bench as well as our starters. Like you saw us open up the game with the starters tonight, and then when we brought in the bench, it didn't drop off. I mean, it just kept going, and the next thing you know, teams are just – they're shocked, I think, is what is happening, and it's hard to keep up when we keep that pace going hot.
Coach, also the 3rd straight game here at the tournament, you had single-digit turnovers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have you down for 9 tonight. I think that's the most of the tournament, but still, I mean, you have a lot of people coming in and out, too, and trying to get everybody on the same page. Sometimes it's hard, but who's going to complain about single-digit turnovers?
I probably will, so we'll be doing a lot of running come Monday. We're not just going to turn it over 9 times in a game. Come on.
And on these type of games, too, you hardly ever get to the free throw line, too. I think I had you for 2 for 4 for 50%. I mean, not many opportunities there. But, I mean, you got a lot of girls stepping up. On Nakia Mojica, 17 points, 5 rebounds. She had 4 trays in this ball game. You guys got 11 trays overall as a team.
Yeah, Nakia's – I'm glad she had a good game. Hopefully she's breaking out of it. And I think for the rest of the season, I'm looking forward to coaching her and letting her just – shoot it and knock them down.
Coach, Brett Clay did get her rebounding record tonight. She needed 4. She got 7. So she is a career leader with rebounds for the Hobbs program. And it's kind of nice to have your name behind that. Of course, a very good player, but always going to Air Force, serving our country, too.
Yeah, the kid is phenomenal. She comes from a good lineage. Her family's awesome. And, you know, she's a very disciplined kid. She is our hardest worker. I will tell you that. flat out. She's gotten to where she's at in life because of her hard work and her dedication to what she's doing.
Coach, you had a player getting close to a double-double tonight. Got the points they needed. Cunningham ended up, Kendall had 10. I have her down for 9 rebounds. That's not official, so maybe she'd get an extra there to make it double-double. But still, good battle underneath, physical. And again, what I like to see about her, also off the ball too. I mean, she's crashing boards, misses a shot, goes back up and tries to put it through for you.
She's our all-time leader in blocks for a reason. She does a good job of exactly describing what you just seen, and you know, her leadership and her ability to control a game from the defensive end is amazing, and I love coaching her. She's going to be missed as far as inside presence.
Coach, I've been seeing the progress of your sophomore Casey Muniz, 9 points in this game. She had a tray herself. You got some good size for her too, and really get I think one of your better improvements on this squad.
Yeah, she's a sophomore. She's just been log jammed. I told the kids after the game, you guys would be starting for almost every team in the state if the kids that aren't starting. And so you're just on a very good team, so you got to accept your role. And all these kids have done that for the most part, and man, that's all you can ask.
And one player I think was out for an injury for a little bit, Bryn Hargrove, starting to see her come back with this tournament. I guess there's a return, isn't it? 9 points for her in this one. Had a tray to start the game in the first quarter, and just being misconsistency. I know it's kind of hard to deal with injuries sometimes, though, right?
She does a lot of other things. You know, she creates for our team. She does a lot of that. She gets deflections up top. Her defense has been pretty solid all year long. You know, but when she's injured, it shows. But the depth of our team, we scored 101 points without her, you know, in the game in El Paso. So, but we need her. We need her to be consistent, control that board, or control the ball, and put us in a good situation.
Coach, a few more stats here. You doubled up on rebounds on Farmington, 42-21. We talked about three-pointers, 11-1 was the difference there. Turnovers, though, I mean, give me a break. 22, I mean, I think it was 20-plus all 3 games against these opponents, and again, that's single-digit for you. So it's not just, you know, we outscored them on the scoreboard. The stat sheet is looking good for you right now.
Yeah, we're playing on both ends of the floor, both facets. I mean, we're doing a really good job on defense. And you got to do that if you're going to get deep into tournaments and stuff. You got to play defense, and that is our offense, and that's how we want to generate our offense with our defense.
Finally, Coach, you mentioned tournaments, APS Metro coming up in January pretty quickly. Who do you got first all on that one?
We play Hope Christian, a team we haven't played in probably quite a few years, maybe. So we love playing teams we've never played. I think we shock teams with our speed, our size, and our ability to share the ball. And if we can do that, man, you know, and jump on teams like we did Farmington. We play them in 2 weeks, Farmington.
Right.
They're going to have a different game plan, I promise you. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with.
Well, Coach, hate to run you out. Get ready for second half for the boys. A big win for you tonight, 85-16. Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship for the 5th time. You guys have pulled off, and congrats to you and the team, and looking forward to talking to you later in the season.
Hey, best sports coverage in the state, better than KSVP, baby.
Okay, thanks a lot, Coach. Coach Joey Carpenter with the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship coming up to talk to us here at halftime. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll come back and talk real quickly about some numbers as we're listening live. Hobbs Eagles in the championship of the boys, 27-26 here at Tasker. Back live at Tasker Arena, getting close to second half action for Hobbs, leading 27-26 over Cleveland for the championship of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. Talking to Coach Joey Carpenter for a few minutes there. Let's quickly run down what we got in terms of scoring in this ball game. For the Hobbs Eagles, nobody in double digits yet, but Peyton Hodge is getting close. He's got 8 points coming off the bench, 2 rebounds. 6 for Jairus Turbiatis, 2 for 2 on the line for him and 2 boards. 4 for Josiah Clay. Braddock Beatty hit a tray for 3, and 2 points apiece for Parker Henderson, Abraham Pena, and also that's about it. Oh, Trey Hutchings also scored. So Hobbs had 7 scores in the first half. They had 12 turnovers, which is more than Cleveland, who had 8. So they definitely got to clean up that a little bit as this second half gets ready to start. Big point production for Cleveland. Remy Albrecht was 16 points. His penetration is getting him some free throw opportunities. He's 3 for 4 from the line, has a couple of rebounds. After that, a big drop off in scoring though. Brayson Cole did hit a 3 shot for his 3 points. Cameron Cole got a tray for 3 as well. Bryson Bowie got a bucket for 2. So they have had 6 scores in the first half. They've had 3 3-pointers put down as well. Top rebounder for them is 5 for Salmon Kegler and 3 for Bowie. As for the Hobbs Eagles, their top rebounder is McGahey and Turbiatis, both with 2. So Ron, 1-point lead, 27-26 for the Eagles. It's anybody's game.
It certainly is, and Hobbs just needs to adjust and make those adjustments in the third quarter like they have been.
Eagles going to play some defense to start this third quarter. Cleveland basketball in the front court. Ball's in the hands of Evan Vigil. He's going to be taken on defense by Hutchings. They throw a shot up in the right block off the back of the rim, no good. Chase down on the near sideline for the Eagles by Josiah Clay, his 3rd board. Throws it across the timeline, cross court to the right, overthrows his teammate Peyton Hodge to the far right sideline, out of bounds. And you don't clean up your turnovers by starting off the half with one. That's the 13th of the game for the Eagles, and those are unforced errors, Ron.
Yeah, but unfortunately, luckily for them, no harm, no foul. There wasn't a shot put up after that.
Albrecht comes down the lane, double clutch off the left glass. They call the block foul. Looked like a flop to me. They're going to say a little contact must have been made there. Count the basket for Albrecht. They called the foul on Clay. He started to fall backwards. I thought they could have given him a flop on that one. That's his 2nd personal, 1st team foul, but Albrecht a chance for a 3-point play. He's got 18 points right now. First shot is up, and only shot is up and good. That's 19 for him. 29-27 Storm with their biggest lead of the game, just 2. And we got a whistle at the stop it at the scores table. The official's talking to them right now. I'm not sure if that's a timing issue. Yeah, they just ran a 2nd off the clock. Can't believe they would have just knocked off 1 for all that stoppage, but he looks back, the official looks back at Coach Cole and shakes his head yes, so I guess that's what he wanted. Inbound to Payne in the backcourt. He has 1 defender to deal with as he comes across, and that is Albrecht. Pass to the right wing, coming around with the dribbles, Hutchings. He hands it off to Clay. Clay spins, a fadeaway for the right elbow off the dribble, no good. Albrecht with the rebound on the right block. That's Albrecht's 3rd board. Goes into the front court, 3 on the way, left side, clinks off the front of the rim for A.J. Vigil. We got a rebounding foul underneath. Looks like that's going to be a push by the Storm, which that'll be their first foul here in this second half. They'll get that one against Salmon Kegler, his 3rd. He's their big post player. They don't want him in foul trouble this early. 27-29, Hobbs down by 2. The point guard out for Hobbs, Josiah Clay will come across. He'll go against Albrecht. Comes around the left circle, handoff to Pena. Picked up by Albrecht. Looks like a 1-2-2 extended zone. Handoff up top to Hodge. Gives it back over to the top of the arc to Clay on the handoff. Comes to the right wing. Finds Turbiatis open right corner for an 18-footer. Hard off the back of the rim. Rebound going up hard is Clay as he fades to the hoop. Right block to the glass is fouled. A chance for a 3-point play as he glances it off the rim for 2. Clay was 6 points. They call the foul on Evan Vigil, his second team foul on the Storm, and a chance for a 3-point play.
Not only that, but also ties the game. Could get the lead again if he hits this shot.
Clay for the tournament, 1 for 2, 50%. Has not shot one in this game yet. Takes a few dribbles and reverse spin back to his hands, and the shot is up. Boy, he ran it up to try to rebound. It did go through. Luckily, that would have been over the line if he would have tried to rebound as it came off the rim, but it didn't. The inbound comes in for Cleveland. They try to get it across the timeline. It sails out of bounds. The Storm with a turnover. And that'll be turnover number 9. They're not too happy about that, too. One of the guards was jumping up and down in the air.
Yeah, he's got to watch that, otherwise he could get teed up.
Yeah, he was screaming, and I think the referee just told him to settle down. I believe that was A.J. Vigil that was the one not too happy about the turnover. In the front court, here come the Eagles, driving the lane and tripping and falling is Hodge. Lost the ball as he came down the right side on the hippity-hop dribble. Lost it to the Hobbs Eagle bench. I think they got a hand on it, though, for Cleveland. Tyrell Lopez touched it as it goes out of bounds. Hobbs basketball on the right baseline. Inbounding underneath the hoop is Clay. Slings it into the right corner. Hodge with a rainbow three over the outstretched hand of A.J. Vigil to put it through. Hodge now with 11 points. Eagles now with a total of 2 trays in the game. It's 33-29 Hobbs. Quickly in the front court. Bounce pass from Vigil to the left block. Getting swatted is Kegler by Turbiatis. The Eagles get the rebound and send it ahead. Nice board for Clay. Sends it down to Payne in the left corner. He tries to drive baseline to the hoop, and they have a hold foul from behind. Call that against Cleveland, as holding him was Branson Cole. His first personal, already 3 team fouls against Cleveland. Hobbs will have the basketball on their baseline underneath the hoop in the left corner. Inbounding will be Clay. Hobbs by 4. Sends it back deep to Turbiatis. Had to jump for it. Got chested up by Lopez, top of the arc. Over to Hodge on the right wing. Stop and go. Crossover move. Doesn't really too much trickery here. That causes steal in the first half. Unloads the ball to the timeline to Clay. Clay up top of the circle, dribbling behind his back, through his legs to the left elbow. Good defense pick up there by Vigil. Over to Hodge, right wing. A fadeaway 3 from way outside, no good. Rebound on the left block as it was pulled down by A.J. Vigil. Second board. Gets into the front court. Actually, that was Maduka. He throws to Vigil on the right wing. His 3 is swatted. Turbiatis with the rebound. Comes down the lane, is trying to bounce pass it. Gets it swatted and brought down the other way. And a pass up the court down the lane is laying it up and in is Lopez. So the Hobbs Eagles now up by 2, 33-31 after a score for Lopez. 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Clock down to 4:55 remaining. Driving the lane is Hodge on the right wing. Scoop shot, rolls around the rim and good. Hodge now with 5 points in the third. He's got 13 overall. 35-31. Albrecht with the basketball. He's going to slow it down. The Eagles going to play some half-court D. Picking him up at the timeline now is Hutchings. Big gap, though, between him and Albrecht. He's going to fire up the NBA 3, and that's why I mentioned the big gap. Should have moved up a little bit. Albrecht nails it from way outside downtown, as Albrecht now with a total of 23 points, make it 22. 4:20 left here in the third, a 1-point Eagle lead. In the front court, Pena on the left wing. Backs into Albrecht, lost the ball, picks it back up, slings it back deep to Clay at the time strike. Gets a screen from Turbiatis on a double team with a lefty dribble. Goes to the hoop, tries to throw up a shot underneath his defender. And the outstretched hands got bodied up. They're going to call the foul, I believe, on Lopez. Yep, it is. That's his third. That'll be the 14th foul against Cleveland, and will send the Eagles to the line once again for Josiah Clay. He is 1 for 2 here in the third quarter. Has 7 points.
So far, neither side has really gotten an advantage. They're going back and forth. So it's going to be a yo-yo contest so far in this third quarter. But they're both fighting hard for each and every shot.
Eagles 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. As wait for Clay. Takes a lot of time here with the free throw, up and good. 8 points now for Josiah Clay to extend the lead to 2, 36-34. Some subs coming in. Parker Henderson, who's not been on the court for quite a long time, he's on. Taking a seat for a breather is Trey Hutchings. Pena's still out there, Turbiatis, Hodge. And again on the line, one more shot for Clay. Second free throw is up, and it's good. He's got 9 now. 5 here in the third quarter, and Hobbs by 3, 37-34. Boy, he went down hard after he made the free throw and got crunched down, and Parker Henderson had to come over there to help him out to make sure he was okay. On the court now, Braddock Beatty is going to come in for Clay. Hobbs had 6 on the court, almost didn't get him off the court quick enough. They could have had a tech on that one. They dodged a bullet. Full court pressure now. Inbound comes to the deep left corner. In the hands of Kegler, the big man. Throws it up to Albrecht on that same left sideline near the scorer's table. Brings it across the timeline. Gets a screen from Kegler. Got away with the foul there. Throwing up a 3 is Albrecht. Boy, that screen was ugly. The knee was all over the place. Albrecht nails the tray. He's got 2 of them here in the fourth quarter. 25 points for Albrecht. They tried alley-oop down to Henderson, left block. He tries to go up double clutch. They're going to call the foul on the hold on the floor. Double teamed underneath. Had about an 8-9 inch differential on the 2 defenders. Albrecht's going to get the foul. That's his second. And the 15th foul, not a shooting foul, but it'll be a double bonus run.
Exactly, and that is awesome because Hobbs has not been able to get into double bonus here in these games, and they definitely need it in this one.
Boy, Albrecht has hit 3 trays, 2 in this third quarter alone. They definitely got to get a hand in the face. That one was opened up by a very ugly screen that Kegler was lucky he didn't get another foul. That would have been his 4th. Henderson on the line. He's going to get 2 on the double bonus. He is 2 for 3 at the tournament so far and nails the first. Henderson with 3 points now. And a 38-37 lead, and boy, this thing is going to go to the wire, looks like, so far.
It could. I mean, unless things happen in the next 3:44 in this quarter, yeah, you're right about that.
Henderson makes both free throws. He's got 4 points, 39-37, and a timeout on the court. Hobbs going to talk a little bit about strategy here. 3:44 left, third quarter. Hobbs 39, Cleveland Storm 37. We're back in 30 seconds with the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship on the Hobbs Eagle Network. We've got a close one here at Ralph Task Arena, the championship of the 65th annual Hobbs Holiday Tournament. Hobbs 39, Cleveland 37, 3:44 left in the third. The teams are equal in rebounds right now at 17. Hobbs with 13 turnovers and just 9 for Cleveland. So big difference there. But Hobbs with that 2-point lead. It's Cleveland basketball, though. They could take a lead here as Albrecht gets the ball at the handoff from his guard, Bowie. He's going to take on Braddock Beatty. A big screen for Kegler across the timeline to get the ball up top to Bowie. Swing it left side, 3 on the way. Off the side of the rim, no good for Bracken. Underneath the hoop is Payton to throw it down. Court his second rebound. It hits off Henderson down at the right block. Also ricochets off a Storm player, Jace Bracken. Eagles dodge a bullet there. It could very easily have been called off on Henderson, but luckily there was a little tussle with the basketball and it went out. Hobbs' ball went off the Storm's leg. Inbound to Cooper Henderson. Let's try our Henderson down
Parker.
Parker gets it over to the free throw line. Shot by Hodge out the back of the rim. Chased down for the Cleveland Storm and thrown across the timeline. Shot for 3 at the top of the arc. In and out for Bowie. And there is big man Henderson. Parker Henderson with his second rebound. Ball down to Turbiatis in the left corner off the long pass with 3 minutes. Hippity hop in the lane. Goes over to right wing to Beatty. Fires up a 3 off the side of the rim. No good. Underneath the hoop is Albrecht, his 5th rebound. He's going to go against Beatty one-on-one. In the front court, stumbling forward. They're going to call the body foul on the Eagles. Braddock Beatty kind of got him from the side that time. That'll be his first personal. And the second team foul on Hobbs here in the third quarter with 2:50 remaining. Eagles by 2. Inbound to the backcourt, coming in for the Storm to Bowie. Flicks it over to the left wing to Bracken, to the free throw line to Kegler, who's not scored in this game. Drives the rack with a hook shot, air ball. Loose at the free throw line, picked up by Bracken at the left elbow, taken away by Peyton Hodge, turnover number 10. Up ahead to Payton with the high arching layup, misses, and the rebound underneath by Kegler. Kegler has just got his 7th rebound, or 6th rebound, and then we got a whistle underneath. A jump ball is called. The arrow going to go for the Eagles. Parker Henderson will take a seat and check it in for him on the sub, Trey Hutchings. Also on the court, Peyton Hodge. Braddock Beatty remains, Turbiatis and Pena. They're stacked up 3 on the right side of the lane, 1 on the left is Hodge. And Coach Cole at the other end of the court wants a timeout, a 60-second. And it's 2:28 left, third quarter. Hobbs up by 2 over the Storm, the championship of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. And Ron, we got some great sponsors keeping these broadcasts on the air for free.
Absolutely we are. For the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, we would like to thank Thriftway and La Tienda, Rent-A-Center, Coffee House, Hydrotech, Eunice Pump and Supply, Hobbs Rental, United Realty, and NMR Pipeline. Thank you very much, everybody, for all the sponsorship. Without you guys, we would not be able to put this on the air.
2-point lead for the Hobbs Eagles. In terms of looking at scoring throughout this game, Hobbs up 15-6 in the first quarter. They were outscored 20 to 12 in the second quarter. Right now it's 39-37. Hobbs has got 12 points and a total of 11 for Cleveland. So a 1-point differential there, but a 2-point lead for Hobbs. So again, the seesaw effect has been going on since the start of this ball game.
And luckily, and Hobbs needs to know about this too, and they definitely need to know they're in the double bonus. So if they get any fouls whatsoever, they're going to be going to the line, unless it's offensive, of course. But definitely going to be getting those fouls. Need to get those in. Extra points is what's needed right now to get a bigger lead than what they've got. 2 points is nice. It will win the game, but you definitely want to get a bigger lead because you never know when Breck is just going to come up with a 3-point shot out of nowhere.
Of course, you got to remember, too, Hobbs doing a great job of free throw shooting like last night. They were 7 of 7, but tonight, 9 of 10. They've only missed one free throw, 90% at this juncture. Hobbs basketball on the right baseline, underneath their hoop, up by 2. Inbound to Turbiantes, right wing. 2:25 left in the quarter, third. Underhands it to Pena, fakes a 3, drives baseline. Windmill layup, misses on the right side rim. Chased down on the right baseline for Cleveland by Cole, his first board. And the ball was knocked out of his hands. Hobbs basketball, or making Cleveland basketball on the left baseline.
Yeah, Braddock Beatty tried to get the ball, but unfortunately ran out of bounds, and it goes back to Cleveland.
And a sub coming in from the other baseline is running the full distance to the court to get in the game, Evan Vigil. Inbound to the far left side to Bowie in the backcourt. He'll dribble across against Hahn. Stop and go, spin move, and he's well outside the arc. Gives us over to the left wing. Cannon Cole thought about a 3, dribbles back to the side, to the half-court line, gives it over to Albrecht, drives the left elbow, spins the lane, reverse slap on the windmill, blocked by Turbiantes, and the rebound for the Hobbs Eagles, as put it down was Hutchings, sends it ahead down the lane to Beatty on the left side, backdoor cut, and unloads over to Peyton Hodge for a righty layup, sky high that time, as he's got 15, 7 of those in this third quarter, 41-37 Eagles. Into the front court. Comes Bowie, top of the circle, goes back to the timeline with it to Cole. Again to Bowie, dumps it top of the arc to Kegler. Ball gets deflected on the pass, but pulling it down is Vigil. Vigil bounces to Kegler, free throw line. Dish it back top of the arc to Cole, to the right elbow. Bounce pass to Albrecht, right wing, fakes a 3, goes up anyway with it off the back of the rim. He got Braddock Beatty to reach out for it and jump in the air. Let him come down to the ground, then shot, but it goes off the back of the rim and out of bounds. Hobbs Eagle basketball. Lyric Soria will check in for Hobbs. Also coming in on the court for the Eagles will be Josiah Clay. And talking to Coach Ross, he loves this strategy of getting fresh legs on the court, so everybody has an opportunity to be a part of the puzzle here, both offense and defense.
Exactly. Game experience, there's nothing like it, especially at a holiday tournament and the championship to boot.
1:20 left, third quarter, Hobbs by 4. Beatty throws across the timeline. A dangerous throw behind the head of Soria. He able to come down with it and give it off right wing to Clay. Clay against a 2-3 zone now for Cleveland. Back at the timeline. He's kind of waiting for the defensive step out. Uses up his dribble, though. Sails a pass over to Beatty. A dangerous throw on the right wing. Hippity hop move down the lane. Gets tripped. The ball comes off the back of the rim on the shot. Rebound for Kegler. That is his 7. Does it up ahead to the right baseline. It's fumbled away. Soria will pick it off for turnover number 11. Down to Beatty in the left corner. Fadeaway shot from the left block off the dribble, no good. Put back up on the right block is fouled going up. The man with the ball was Clay. He gets hammered from behind with his 5th rebound, but he'll get a chance for 2 free throws. They call the foul on Evan Vigil, his 3rd personal, and that is still in the double bonus, the 6th foul against Cleveland. Clay will be on the line. He is 3 for 4 here in the third quarter for 75% from the stripe.
Neither team able to score much. Just to blame it on defense. A lot of defense going on right now.
Misses the free throw there. Hobbs now 9 of 11 from the charity stripe, dropping into the 80% range. And a sub coming in for the Cleveland Storm as they wait for that second free throw. Tyrell Lopez on the court. One more free throw for Clay to try to extend the lead to 5 here in the third. Second shot hits the front of the rim, no good. He's chasing it too quickly. He did that the first time on his last free throw series, and that went through the hole, but this one doesn't go in, and he's way too quick to the ball. Had to hit the rim first, did not do so. So missing both, 41-37. Cleveland down by 4 with 40 seconds left in the third. Here comes Albrecht with the basketball. He's going to take on Braddock Beatty, waiting for a screen from Kegler. Doesn't get it. Throws up a 3 from the right wing. Off the front of the iron, no good. Ball's tipped around by Hobbs. Saved by Cleveland on the baseline, but stepping on the line, the Storm. Actually, no, they're going to give it back to the Storm. Hobbs fans are not happy. They thought
Nope, they changed it.
Getting the foot on the line for Branson Cole. One official overruled the other, and they're going to give it to Hobbs. Coach Cole throwing his fist in the air. I wasn't happy about that. The inbound to Soria on the near sideline left with 24 seconds left in the quarter. He's getting a double team. Underhands it back deep to Hutchings. Going behind his back now in the front court. Crossover to his left hand. Coming back to get it behind him is Clay at the timeline with 13 seconds. Gets guarded closely by A.J. Vigil. Or correction, that was Cole. Comes down the lane, right side, throws a shot backwards off the back of the rim, no good. Pulled down to the left elbow by Cole. Throws it up ahead to the left wing to Vigil. A.J. Vigil trying to throw up a three, but the clock expires before he can take it off. Ball was short of the rim regardless. Hobbs Eagles breathing a sigh of relief with a 4-point lead at the end of three. 41-37 over Cleveland. Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship. The 65th annual continues. Fourth quarter action coming up. Hobbs Eagles holding on to a 4-point lead as we head to the fourth quarter here in the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship, the 65th annual. Ty Friend, Ron Gunner with you. Manuel back at the station and Jessica Friend on the scoreboard tonight. Your top scorer for Cleveland, Remy Albrecht with 25 points as he has hit 3 trays in this ball game. Lots of free throw opportunities as well. And for the Hobbs Eagles, they got Peyton Hodge with 15. Josiah Clay with 9, Jairus Turbiantes with 6. It's going to be Cleveland's basketball here in the fourth, 41-37. In the front court, top of the arc is Lopez, double team. Kicks it off left wing, 3 on the way, NBA style for A.J. Vigil. Nothing but net on that one. His first points in the ball game at Trey. 41-40 now, Hobbs by 1. We got a war going on here at Tasker Arena for the championship. Pena throws it off to Peyton Hodge on the right wing, comes down the lane, tries to lean and shoot, gets hammered, no call. Rebound by Pena on the air ball, comes down the lane, gets it down to Hodge, and puts it over the front of the rim for 2. Peyton Hodge was 17 thanks to Pena's assist. He's got 3 boards as well, 43-40. In the front court, Albrecht weaving through traffic, throws it off left wing. Here goes Vigil again for 3 left side off the back of the rim. Rebound on the right block for the Eagles by Hutchings, his 3rd board. Throws it up ahead to Pena. Right side of the paint off the dribble, tries to get it down low to Turbiantes, but throws it ahead of him to the baseline, out of bounds. Eagles haven't had a turnover for quite a long time, but that is number 14 in the ball game. Cleveland with 12 turnovers themselves.
And every turnover is going to count after this. It's the fourth quarter now. We got a 3-point game with 7 minutes and 6 seconds to go. And it's anybody's ball game right now.
Eagles dropping into a 2-1-2 zone right now, as coming across with no defense yet, but now the Eagles picking him up in the half court as the pass comes to Lopez right wing. Back deep to the timeline of Cole, swing it left side, and holding on the ball for a second was Vigil. Up top of the arc, pass over to the right wing, 3 is going for Cole, and it gets stuck between the bucket and the glass on the right side. Jumping up to knock it out is Peyton Hodge. That will be a possession arrow situation there. The arrow going to go to the Eagles. So not quite a turnover, but it does actually turn into one actually though, because it gives it to Hobbs. The inbound to the near sideline for the Eagles to bring it across is Hutchings. He's waiting for Albrecht to pick him up on D. Hand off to Payne at the timeline though, left side. Clock to 6:35 remaining, Hobbs by 3. Back to the time stripe with a bounce pass now over to the right wing to Beatty. Beatty will hold it, gets a screen from Hutchings, drives the lane, trying to weave through traffic, and they're called a hold foul. Kind of tough there, going through 3 defenders that time. Somebody got his wrist as they get the foul call against Jagger Medano. That's his first personal, first team foul here in the fourth quarter. Hobbs will have it on the left baseline, basing their hoop. They'll put 3 on the stack on the left side of the lane, 1 left by himself, Peyton Hodge. Coach Cole going to stop the action for just a second to bring back one of his guards. That is Grayson Bowie, as he'll come in for Cole. Back deep, top of the arc for the Eagles to Hutchings. Gives it off to Hodge. Spins at the free throw line. Reverse layup left side with a scoop shot, but misses off the glass and pulled down by Bowie, his 5th rebound. Bowie's going to give it out back deep with the pass coming into Vigil. Comes across the timeline. Stop and go. Crossover move. One-hand pass over to the right wing to Cole. Up top, wide open for a 3 is Modeno off the back of the rim. Sky-high rebound for Payne on the right block, his 4th board. Dribbles down the lane at the other end to Beatty, right corner. Comes down the paint, underhand pass to Turbiatis, who lays it in for 2 on the left glass. Beautiful assist for Beatty. That's 8 now for Turbiatis. 5-point Eagle lead. They've had a biggest lead as 11 here in the second half. Albrecht in the front court, taking on Beatty. Fires up a 3 from the right side and swishes it. He even had another guy coming over to try to get him, Peyton Hodge, and he makes them both pay with a long-distance NBA 3 from the right side. That puts him to 28 in the ball game. He has got 4 trays in the game, does Albrecht, and there's a timeout on the court. 45-43, your Hobbs Eagles leading Cleveland in the 4th. Championship on the line for the Hobbs Holiday Tournament back in 30 seconds. It's a barn burner here at Tasker Arena as the Hobbs Eagles leading Cleveland 45-43, a 2-point lead here late in the 4th quarter. And Ron, free throws become an issue in this ball game. Hobbs 9 of 12 for 75%, and Cleveland 6 of 7 for 85%. So very close numbers coming into this game. Hobbs in the 2 games prior with the average of 62% on the line, and for Cleveland it was 65%. So both teams doing remarkably well on the line tonight compared to their previous 2 games.
Exactly, and if it wasn't for Albright, of course, I believe that Cleveland wouldn't even be here. But nevertheless, he is on the team, and he is doing the best he can to keep the team above water, so to speak, and definitely has a 2-point deficit to try to get back.
Yeah, he's got 28 of the 43 Cleveland points. Hobbs led with 17 with Peyton Hodge and 9 for Josiah Clay. Jairus Turbiatis with 8. Hobbs basketball after the timeout. Hodge in the front court to Beatty left wing. Down to Turbiatis, wide open for a 3 left corner off the front of the rim though. Pulled down on the right block by Hutchings, his 4th board. He's gonna go back to the rim, throws up an air ball unfortunately. Turbiatis tries to grasp it on the left baseline off his knee though, out of bounds. So the Eagles can't get the touch in the paint. And Remy Albrecht's having some words for the official off ball. Maybe he got held or something, but the inbound comes for the Storm. Up the near sideline to Bowie as he's going one-on-one against Clay. Stop and go. Flicks it back to the timeline. And gets it back, does Albrecht, or correction, Albrecht comes and gets the ball on the near side, taking on Beatty with a quick first step, fell to the floor. They're gonna say he was tripped, flat and sprawled on the hardwood of the free throw line that time off the dribble. They're gonna say Beatty tripped him up. That'll be his 2nd. First team foul here in the 4th quarter though, so no damage done in terms of free throws. 5:01 left here in the 4th. Eagles by 2. The inbound to the top of the arc. To Modeno, he fires up a 3, and now, no, that's actually A.J. Vigil from the NBA 3 distance, top of the circle from downtown, his 2nd tray here in the 4th quarter. 6 points for him. Now it's Cleveland by 1, 46-45. Beatty in the front courts, going down the left lane, dumps it to Turbiatis. Reverse layup underneath the hoop from left to right. He gets hit hard, lands on his back, comes up a little bit hobbled. Chance for a 3-point play after the layup on the glass. They'll get the foul call on Kegler, which is 4th personal for him. That'll be the 2nd team foul against Cleveland. And Turbiatis, 10 points now. And he put his body on the line. He's still a little bit hobbled out there, Ron.
You know, though, he may be hobbled, may be feeling it tomorrow or even the next day, but he will do that every single time he gets the chance to, and he will enjoy it as well because he's going to get at the and 1. He's already got the lead for the Hobbs Eagles, and he's going to try to get extended to 2.
Also a reminder, Hobbs will be back in action next Friday as they will be against Permian here at Tasker Arena. But right now it's more important, a Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship on the line. Turbiatis 2 for 2 tonight, and the free throw make it 3 for 3. He's got 11 points. It's now 48-46. Hobbs up by 2 with 4:35 remaining. Into the front court. Stop and go on the near sideline. V-Hill. A.J. Beal hands it off to Albrecht. Gets a double team. Stripped by Braddock Beatty. Turnover number 13 for Cleveland. Down the lane to Turbiatis. Goes back door. And there is Pena for a layup on the right side. Abraham Pena only his 4th point of the ball game, but a very important one there. Extend the lead to 4. Beatty is trying to rip on Albrecht from behind. And boy, it took him a little while to call the foul. Boy, Beatty was taking out the hatchet and really swatting at Albrecht as he dribbled across the near side timeline. They do get the foul. Beatty's had a couple of those fouls tonight. His 3rd there, 2nd team foul. Near sideline inbound front court for Bowie. Gets it up top to A.J. Beal, who's hit 2 trays in the 4th. Gives it back behind to Bowie. Bowie at the timeline, guarded closely by Hodge. Throws a head fake, it's a screen up top from Kegler. Throws it back door, and a layup coming to the left side of the rim for Branson Cole with a finger roll. Cole now with 8 points. Or correction, V-Hill. Correct, no, that was Lopez, excuse me, 6 points. We had a big number change going on before the game started, right before tip-off. Had to change all my numbers here. 50-48. So V-Hill making, or correction, that was Lopez that scored that one. Top of the arc is Pena. Hobbs by 2. Pena on the left wing. Gets almost tied up by Kegler. Unloads on the left side to Clay. Clay will back it out with 3:35 remaining and a 2-point lead. Sends it back to Hodge at the time strike. 2-3 zone and a 3 on the way for Hodge. Oh, and he makes the tray, but Coach Ross had called a timeout. A split second as he released the ball, and that will not count. Right through the net for Peyton Hodge, and Coach, I was going to say Coach Ross is going to tear his hair out, but it's kind of hard to do.
Exactly, he already did that, but the other thing is this. We talked about this also, that the last time a first-year coach won this holiday tournament was Russ Gilmore. And so he wants to do that again. He didn't realize that. He knew it had been a while since it happened, but he has the opportunity to be able to do that. Last time it was, of course, Reeves. He lost to this Cleveland team, though. Don't want to have a deja vu thing about this again, but yeah, that's terrible timing. Getting the timeout, thought he saw something, and he wanted to make sure he was correct, but instead missed a 3-point opportunity.
Yeah, Hodge did have a 3 in the 3rd quarter as well. He leads the team right now with 17 points. J. Iris Turbiantes now with 11 to his cause. And then it's also close to double digits for Josiah Clay, who has 9 points. Should also mention, too, Clay leads in rebounding right now with 5, so he's definitely helping the guys out on the glass there. Trey Hutchings has 4 boards, as well as Abraham Pena's. Very slow night for Pena in terms of scoring with just 4 points, but he had that critical layup just seconds ago.
Exactly, yeah. Very slow. Otherwise, this could be a different ball game.
Eagle basketball, the inbound to the timeline. Pulled down by Clay as he'll face the defense of Evan V-Hill. Unloads the ball to Hodge on the right wing, about where he shot the 3 a minute ago that didn't count. He slides over and takes a shot. The defender fell to the floor. Air ball, though, from the right wing. Beatty tries to save it from the left baseline, but he's not going to be able to come down with it. Boy, he put a little head fake on that right wing, and the defender fell on the floor and slid for a second. And then wide open 3 just did not get where it needed to go. An air ball by Hodge. I think he was so excited about his move there with the dribble that he wasn't really set to where he wanted to be. Inbound to the right corner, backcourt to Bowie. He unloads the back to the baseline to V-Hill. Drives across the timeline, lost the ball, picked up by Kegler. He tries to flick it over to the near sideline to Bowie, but throws it behind him out of bounds. Out of a complete sync there offensively. That's going to be the 14th turnover. Both teams at 14 now. It took a while for Cleveland to kind of even up those turnovers, and they just did there. Albrecht's going to return as Bowie takes a seat. 2-point Eagle lead, 50-48 here in the 4th, 3:05 remaining. The championship of the Hobbs All-Day Tournament, the 65th annual at Tasker Arena. Payne in the front court, sliding left against Albrecht. Waiting for a screen from Turbiantes, a double team. Comes around the right side of it and backs out. Good defense by Kegler to get around the screen. Turbiantes is going to set it up again. Pena comes around the left side, unloads the left wing to Hodge. Hodge uses up his dribble. Dangerous throw up top. It's knocked away for a second. V-Hill was on top of it. Getting a slap was A.J. V-Hill. Pass to the right wing. Going to the rack is Josiah Clay. He tried to unload the ball as he came down the right side of the paint there. Trying to get it over to Peyton Hodge. There's a foul. Looks like a push on the pass, though. I don't think there was a shot attempt there. They will call the foul on the Storm. That's their 3rd team foul here in this 3rd quarter, so not the double bonus yet. Still waiting to see who they're calling this foul against. Don't see anybody marked on the board yet. Everybody seems to be where they are right now with the foul total, so I'm not sure who they call that against. Regardless, that's 3 team fouls against Cleveland. Oh, they're going to get that
On Bowie.
They're going to call that actually a shooting foul. Wow.
Yes.
So that's going to be 2 shot attempts here coming for Josiah Clay. He is 3 of 6 from the line, 50%. Hobbs been hovering in the 70s for most of this game and makes the first there. Double digits now for Clay, 10 points and 5 rebounds. And that's how you get free throws. You penetrate that lane and get in that shooting motion and causing guys to crash down on you. Sometimes it's close. Thought that wasn't going to be a shooting situation, but we'll take what we can get here.
6-2 run right now.
Second shot is good. Ricochets around the rim a little bit. 11 points now for Clay. Matching up the point production of Turbiatis. A 4-point Eagle lead. 2:30 remaining. 52-48 here in the fourth. Ball comes across the timeline of Vigil. Gets stripped by Pena. Pena's going to go to the rim to the other side and throws it over with 2 hands. Almost got a dunk on that one, but decides just to lay it up. He's got 6 points. That is the 15th Cleveland turnover. 54-48, the biggest lead here in the fourth. They call a hold foul in the backcourt, though, against the Eagles. Josiah Clay has picked up his third team foul against the Eagles. Both teams with 3 team fouls, so 2 fouls away from double bonus going both ways, and free throws could be very important. Inbound back deep to Albrecht. He's going to be taken on by Beatty. Comes across the timeline to Albrecht. Sends it down to Bowie in the right corner for 3. It rolls around and good. He had a hand in the face by Turbiatis. Bowie has his 5th point of the ball game, and a timeout for Coach Cole and the Storm. 2:06 left, fourth quarter. Hobbs 54, Cleveland 51. Championship of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament continues in 30 seconds. We are back live here at Task Arena as the Hobbs Eagles holding on to a 3-point lead, 54-51. The tournament championship Hobbs Holiday Tournament with 2:06 remaining, so +3. And boy, 8 3-pointers converted by Cleveland in this ball game. Just 2 for Hobbs, but it's still just a 3-point ball game.
Yeah, and Hobbs is still scrapping in there, trying to get the ball back, but so is Cleveland, unfortunately, and they're doing a pretty good job with 3 3-pointers in this fourth quarter.
I should say it's 9 3-pointers. They gave them 1 shy for Cleveland, so definitely getting 27 points out of the big ball. Eagles got the ball in the backcourt. Brady Beatty with it over to the far sideline to Peyton Hodge. Back to Beatty. One-hand bounce pass to the left wing to Clay in the front court. He drives the lane, scoops it on the right side of the rim. They call a charge as he did run over the defender that time who stepped up in the paint. The fans thought he got rid of the ball first. It doesn't matter, though. If you still run over the guy even after you release it, it's still a foul. But Jagger Medueno gets the charge call, and that will give Josiah Clay his 4th personal, unfortunately, 14 foul.
Yeah, and Ross is not happy about that either. He's just fed up with it.
1:50 left in the fourth. 3-point Eagle lead in the front court. Top of the arc off the dribble, A.J. Vigil. Hands off to Albrecht, right side. Back to Vigil. Fires up a 3 off the left rim, no good. Pena gets a rebound, reaching his hand out for it, his 5th board of the game. Slings it over to the Eagles' teammate Hodge on the far right. Goes through 2 defenders, got the ball knocked out. Kegler has it. Eagles have their 15th turnover. 3 shot for the left wing, off the mark for Bowie. Underneath the hoop is Turbiatis, and a foul pushed by Cleveland. Turbiatis with his 4th rebound. Coach Cole was stomping out of the court that time. Referee trying to send him back a little bit. Or wait a second, did they call that on Cleveland? Yes, they did. I saw everybody coming running back to the side of the court there, but it's going to be Hobbs basketball trying to beat the pressure defense. Inbound to Beatty on the far right side with 1:23 remaining. Gets the ball, does Beatty, throws it back deep in the backcourt to Hodge. Across the timeline to Pena left wing. 3-point lead, back to Hodge at the time stripe, in the front court still. Coming out on him is Bowie on defense, stretching his hand out to try to swat the ball. Hand off to Pena on the left wing on the dribble. Gives it back over to the right side to Hodge. Hodge at the, actually that was Clay. Clay hand off to the top of the arc to Hodge. Back door to Turbiatis on the pass, who lays it high off the glass with his left hand. 7 points for Turbiatis here in the fourth. He's got 13 overall. 56-51, and we got a foul. On the near sideline is Evan Vigil, A.J. Vigil tries to drive up the sideline. He got upturned and somersaulted Pena and Beatty were out there. That's going to be a foul on Beatty, his 4th. He's 1 away from DQ. Got to be careful. More importantly for Cleveland, that's the 5th foul. That'll be a double bonus, and we'll put on the line A.J. Vigil. Now, he's had 2 trays here in the 4th quarter, but has yet to shoot a free throw. Up and good. They were 6 of 7 for much of this game, 85%, and nails a very important free throw. Vigil does. Now he has 7 points, a 4-point ball game. Trying to get it down to a 1-series differential, and does nail it 2. So 2 for 2 on the line is Vigil. He's got 8 points. 49 seconds left here in the 4th. Hobbs 56, Cleveland 53. We're back in 30 seconds with the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship live on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Three-point ball game here at Task Arena, the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship, 56-53. Hobbs by 3. And boy, some very good free throw shooting for Cleveland in this game, Ron. 8 of 9 from the charity stripe for 88%. Definitely, it's kind of tough trying to put any one of those guys on the line. Of course, Albrecht has been there the most so far. He is 4 of 5 from the line at this point. He's hit a bunch of critical threes. He's got 4 trays in the ball game so far and has 28 points, but only 1 tray in this 4th quarter to his name. Hobbs by 3. 49.5 remaining on the baseline of the backcourt. Hodge will get it into Clay. He'll dribble up the right sideline, still in the backcourt, getting some pressure there by Vigil. Returns it back deep to Hodge, still hasn't cleared the timeline. He'll chuck it down over the left wing to Turbiatis, who saves it from going out. Back to Pena at the time stripe, left side. 33 seconds, crossover move down the lane, and they're going to call a hold foul from the opposite sideline. Hippity-hop little move there for Pena coming down the left side of the paint. The official on the far right gets the call as they get the call against A.J. Vigil, his first 15 foul. Both teams in the double bonus the rest of this ball game with 32.8 remaining. Pena on the line. Abraham with only 6 points in this game, but this will be his first free throw attempt. For the tournament, he's perfect, 6 for 6, 100% from the line, averaging 23 points a game. Nails the first free throw. He might not get 20 plus in this game, but every free throw is a big deal right now.
Absolutely. At this point, everything is going to happen. Even with 32.8 seconds remaining in this game, every point counts.
Second shot, though, off the back of the rim. Rebounded underneath, pulled down for Cleveland by Cole, his second board. 57-53, a 4-point lead. Coming across the top with the hard dribble is A.J. Vigil. Sends it to the left corner. Cole fires a 3 off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound by the Eagles on the left block. Critical rebound for Clay, his 6th, and he's quickly wrapped up by Cleveland to stop the clock. 17.5 seconds remaining. Eagles by 4. A free throw here would make it more than one possession as they got a foul called against Bowie. That'll be his 3rd personal. And again, double bonus. Once again, Josiah Clay, who's been on the line a bunch here in the second half. 8 times he's been on and has made 5 of 8 from the charity stripe. He's got 11 points, 2 for 2 this quarter, 4th. Takes a deep breath before the shot and swishes it home. Now 12 for Josiah Clay. Also has 6 rebounds, so he's really helping out the cause in more than one way.
Yep, and with his championship on the line, he is cool like the other side of the pillow.
58-53, Hobbs by 5, pinning another free throw with 17.5 seconds remaining. Deep knee bends here. All 4 of the teammates are behind the three-point line. He rushes the lane again before it hits the rim. He's done that a couple of times tonight, so no good on that second free throw. 12 points for Clay, though. 58-53, full court pressure defense. Coach Cole, I think, is yelling for a timeout at the other end. No, wait, the referee going to the table now to discuss something. 17.1 seconds remaining. Hobbs going to match up man-to-man on the full court pressure, and one guy on the safety valve back at half court will be Turbiatis, hoping nobody gets a long ball down the court.
Well, you know, alley-oop, Clay is trying to go at that alley-oop off the second miss and just trying to do it a little too quickly.
Of course, Eagles trying to get retaliation from last year's game. Cleveland winning 92-78, beating the Eagles by 14 after outscoring Hobbs 32-19 in the fourth quarter. Doesn't look like it's going to be that situation in this game. Hobbs hoping to hold on to a win here at Tasker. Inbound quickly to Albrecht on the left baseline and comes across the line, lost the ball, the half court. I think Beatty got a piece of it, picked up by Bowie with 10 seconds. Throw to Albrecht in the right corner, his three-shot in and out. Ball's tipped up on the left block by Kegler, doesn't get it. Rebound for Pena, throws it up to Beatty, dribbles around the left corner. That is the ball game. The Hobbs Eagles have won a big one. Boy, it's loud here at Tasker Arena as they defeat Cleveland Storm for the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship, 58-53. What an exciting matchup here as the Hobbs Eagles winning by 5, running their record at 10-1. The Storm drops to their second loss of the season at 8-2. Exciting game here, Ron.
Exactly, and not only that, but gives Coach Ross his first Hobbs Holiday Tournament in his first season. And like we said, that hasn't happened since Russ Gilmore back in the 2000s. So definitely a happy time all around for the Hobbs Eagles, and yeah, definitely going to make sure that we know what happened with this one.
So an exciting game. We're losing our breath and our voices here at Tasker Arena. Boy, that's the loudest I've heard this crowd in a long time. Hobbs winning 58-53 over Cleveland. We'll be back in 3 minutes of the Hobbs Eagle postgame show live at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament at Tasker. Your Hobbs Eagles are the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship. The 65th annual tournament has come to a close as they defeat Cleveland 58-53. An exciting game for the Eagles as they improve to 10-1 and drop the Cleveland Storm to 8-2. Ty Friend here with you, Ron Gunner, as well as back of the station manual, and of course Jessica Friend on the scoreboard tonight. And Ron, this was not the best three-point shooting night for the Eagles. They only converted 2 trays in the ball game compared to 9 for Cleveland, and still get the 5-point victory.
Still got it driving the lane, doing everything needed to. Yeah, the three-point shots are always nice, but they're not always necessary. And I love the fact that they won it without it, and they will also be able to do it, beat Cleveland, who loves to rely on it so much.
And, of course, 14 free throws put through for the Eagles tonight really helps the cause as they only win by 5. They were 14 of 19 from the stripe tonight, 73%. And, boy, Cleveland was almost deadly enough, 8 for 9 for 85%. So, luckily, it didn't have to go down to Cleveland throwing up some free throws to get back in this thing. Let's look at the numbers of the contest in this one. Leading scorer, of course, Remy Albrecht. He made the all-tournament team, by the way. 28 points for him. Definitely was a big factor for the scoring in this game. He also hit 4 3-pointers for this Cleveland Storm team and had 5 rebounds. And we knew he was a great player. I mean, he came into this game for the second 2 tournament games that he had already, averaging 29 points, and he almost got there tonight with 28. So he's definitely a force to be reckoned with, Ron.
He absolutely is, and I love the fact that now we're celebrating. Not only was for the girls with the points, but also for the boys. Abraham Pena getting his 1,000th career points and getting his banner right now for that.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job with the tournament as well. So back to it again. Remy Albrecht, 28 points to lead Cleveland. Nobody else in double digits in this game. No. A.J. Vigil hit 2 trays in the 4, 2 for 2 on the line as well. He got 8 points. It was 5 for Bryson Bowie with the tray. Cannon Cole hit a tray as well for 3 points. Branson Cole hit a tray for 3. So that's basically all the scoring for Cleveland. They had 6 in the books. And again, that win that they had in the first round, only 4 people scored. And that's because, again, Albrecht doing a big damage with the point production for his squad. Oh, I missed one other player. Tyrell Lopez had 6 points. He was 2 for 2 from the line. Already mentioned the free throw situation for Cleveland, 8 of 9 for 85%. Can't do much better than that. They did get 28 rebounds in the game, 1 less than the Hobbs Eagles. Their leader on the boards, actually a tie. It was a Salmon Kegler. He had 7, a tie for second. That was Albrecht with 5 and Bryson Bowie with 5. And then also Branson Cole finished up with 4. 15 turnovers for Cleveland, the same amount that the Hobbs Eagles got, so kind of a wash on that category. Looking at the Hobbs Eagles side of the coin, they finish up 3 in double figures, led by Peyton Hodge coming off the bench with 17 points. He had a tray, almost a second tray, that went through the hole. Unfortunately, a timeout was called right before he was able to get that to go in the books, so that was taken off. That would have had him with 20 points, but still, great job of him coming off the bench. He sat out last week, came into this week, has played all 3 of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament games, came into this contest, averaging 8.5 in 2 previous games here at the tournament, but this was a big one to get in the championship round and winning it.
I would have loved to have heard that conversation just after the timeout and that 3-point drops in. It's like, oh, sorry, my bad. I thought I saw something, and I wanted to make sure we were on the same page. And all of a sudden, that 3-pointer, and I'm sure both their hearts just kind of sank a little bit going, I hope that is not the contest, or at least the contributing factor of a loss on this one, because he was riding high on it and definitely wanted to get this victory. Had, as a player, 2 wins and a loss, and that loss really hurt him really badly. It was his second season here, and definitely wanted to make sure that he came away with a victory for the Hobbs Eagles and, of course, for himself as well.
Jairus Turbiatis, second leading scorer with 13 points in the game. He was perfect on the line tonight, 3 for 3, also had 4 rebounds, so a very good finish for him in this contest. Josiah Clay, he was on the line all night long, went 6 of 10 from the charity stripe. Finished up with 12 points in the contest, and very important free throws in the fourth quarter, went 3 of 4, so that definitely helped Hobbs get over the hump to get the W. Other production tonight from Abraham Pena, kind of a low night in scoring for him as he came into this contest in 2 previous games, averaging 23 a contest, but tonight he just gets a small amount but does some important stuff. Finishes with 7, got a critical layup there in the fourth quarter to give a little bit more of a cushion for the Hobbs lead. Went 1 of 2 from the charity stripe and finished up with 5 rebounds for the Hobbs cause. Other scores including Braddock Beatty hit a tray for 3. Parker Henderson, kind of a quiet night for him. He was 4 points, 2 for 2 on the line. And let's see who else we got. Trey Hutchings went 2 for 2 on the stripe for 2 points. So a total of scores in this ball game, 7 for the Hobbs Eagles get in the books. They did out-rebound, as I mentioned earlier, Cleveland 29-28. Leading rebounder was Josiah Clay finished with 7. Pena had 5, and Hutchings with 4, along with Turbiatis, who had 4 as well. Eagles on the free throw line again, 14 of 19 for 73%, one of their better numbers of the season. They were outshot on the three-point line 9-2, but again, getting the victory is more important than that.
Exactly.
And again, we mentioned earlier too, washed out on turnovers with 15 apiece. Eagles winning this one 58-53. Hobbs getting 17 points in the fourth quarter, 16 for Cleveland. You can't get much closer than that, and getting that 5-point win.
Exactly. Now that puts them up to 3-3 on the holiday tournament against Cleveland. Not great numbers, but still, they love the fact that they got the latest victory, got the championship as well, and they can reign with the Lady Eagles. By the way, it has been since 2017. Of course, it's only been 7 years since the Lady Eagles have been in this tournament, but it was 2017 when they both were champions of this, so we get to do that again 7 years later, and that is a nice victory for both sides of the for both the boys and the girls.
38th win in the Hobbs Tournament Championship in this game tonight. Hobbs has been in the championship 54 of 64 times prior to this tournament. Now make it 55 of 65 with the championship game tonight. And again, 38 wins on those. So you got to believe this team knows how to run a tournament and get the job done. So 58-53 the final. Hobbs Lady Eagles winning earlier tonight for their championship trophy, 85-16 over Farmington High. And if you weren't with us on that one, top scorers in the game, Nakaya Mojica finished with 17 points, 14 for Brett Clay with 7 rebounds. She is the all-time career rebounder with the record broken tonight with her 7 rebounds. So congratulations to Nakaya Mojica. And also with double digits, Kendall Cunningham, almost a double-double, 10 points and 9 rebounds in that game. So congratulations to Coach Joey Carpenter and the Hobbs Lady Eagles. Should also mention, too, as of last night, it didn't happen tonight, but as of last night, Abraham Pena got his 1,000-plus points of his career, too. So that was pretty exciting for him. So
exactly.
Everything looking good in this tournament, Ron. The 65th annual won by the Hobbs boys, the 7th annual one for the Hobbs girls. And
want to talk about the All-Stars?
Yeah, get us the all-tournament teams for both the girls and boys tonight.
Yeah, it was Madison Zapata for the girls along with Elena Armitage. And, yes, Brett Clay was there as well. She's the homecoming queen for the football team, but definitely played well, and all of them deserve those honors. And for the other side, it was Jairus Turbiates, along with Peyton Hodge and Abraham Pena, got those honors as well.
So congratulations to all 6 of those players. Of course, the trophies mean more to the teams, I'm sure, than individual honors. But, Ron, there'll be a little bit of a break here for Hobbs Eagle basketball. And the next time that they'll be on the court will be this next Friday. So that'll be after the new year. They'll be at home against Permian. I don't know if that's going to be exciting or not, because after you win a Hobbs All-Day Tournament Championship, it kind of takes a little while to rebuild that energy. They'll have a few practices in there. But Permian's a team we usually play at the start of the season. This year it's been moved back into January. Yeah,
and right now we have a 37-16 record going back to 1960. However, though, we do have a 7-game losing streak to deal with. That goes all the way back to 2015. Where we won here. We're not going to be on the, well, we'll be here, but the last time we beat them was 2015. That was 12-18, and that was 93-81. So it's going to be a big hill to go, but so far it looks like Hobbs has got the right equipment to do it. They're able to get past a Cleveland team, a very, not a strong team, but they were just tough enough to be able to make this a contest, and Hobbs was able to pull it out again. Not failing in the fourth quarter, being able to succeed in the fourth quarter and be able to get past all the things that happened with those three-pointers and the free throws as well to get this victory.
And by the way, Permian is 14-5 on the season, so they'll be coming to Hobbs. They did have a win against, lost to College Park, 74-44, beat Abilene before that, December 20th, 72-62. and won against Presidio back on December 14th, 65-49. So they have been in a couple of tournaments recently. Again, come in with a pretty decent record at this point, 14-5 on the season. So that'll wrap it up here from Tasker Arena as both the Hobbs girls and boys get their tournament championships. Again, next Friday night, we will have that game for you. That'll be here at Tasker Arena. That'll be a 7 o'clock start time, Mountain Time, of course, here on this home court. Pre-game show around 6:45, just a single banger on that one. I'd like to thank Manuel back at the station, Jessica Friend on the scoreboard, for Ron Gunner, myself, Ty Friend. As we leave, Ron, get us those sponsors for the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. Big part of why these games have been free on the radio and the internet.
Exactly, and without them, we would not be able to do this. Thriftway and La Tienda, Renter Center, Coffee House, Hydrotech, Eunice Pump and Supply, Hobbs Rental, United Realty, and NMR Pipeline. Every one of those is wishing you a very happy new year as we get into it here in a couple of days.
Yep, Happy New Year for me as well, and the rest of the staff at No Mark Broadcasting. We'll see you on Friday for more Hobbs Eagle basketball. Have a good weekend out there. Thanks a lot, man.